When your teens get angry, how do you react? Do you threaten them with the loss of privileges? Or do you give in to them and hope they won't blow up again? In this video, you'll learn exactly how to handle your angry teen. Here's the first strategy to do just that. Remember the boiling kettle analogy. When your teens are angry, think of the boiling kettle analogy. When a kettle boils, steam comes out of the spout. But the steam is just a symptom of the water boiling. To stop the steam from coming out, you need to turn off the fire. Similarly, your teen's anger is a symptom too. It's the visible part of something deeper that's causing your teen's problematic behavior. In the boiling kettle analogy, it's the fire that's the root cause of the steam. The situation is similar with your teens. So don't focus on the anger itself. Instead, find the root cause of the anger. Do your teens feel unloved? Do your teens feel neglected? Are your teens suffering from body image issues? Are your teens victims of bullying? Are your teens struggling with anxiety? Are your teens dealing with perfectionism? Your teens can learn anger management techniques. But if the underlying issues are not addressed, then the anger problem will persist. After all, when teens don't feel right, they can't act right. I'm Daniel Wong, and I specialize in helping teens to thrive. Let's move on to strategy number 2. Hear your teens out, even if they're sharing negative feelings. When teens share their thoughts and feelings, much of what they say may be negative. For example, they may complain about their teachers, or about how much homework they're getting, or about how unfair life is. Your teen's view of the situation might be imbalanced, but refrain from interrupting them. They want to know that you're trying to understand how they feel about the situation. This means you need to put aside your own views for a while and listen to your teens. Resist the temptation to correct your teens and tell them how they should view the situation. Try not to minimize the situation by moralizing or by telling them, that's life. If you cast judgment, your teens will be less likely to share their feelings with you in the future. This would be damaging in the long run because it's vital to keep the lines of communication with your teens open. The less your teenagers share with you about their life, the harder it becomes for you to influence them. It will then become harder to coach your teens through the challenges ahead. Strategy number 3. Explain the concept of cognitive distortions to your teens. Cognitive distortions are ways in which our minds convince us of something that isn't true. They are inaccurate thoughts about ourselves and the world around us. They often reinforce our negative thinking or emotions. There are many cognitive distortions, but I'm going to describe 3 common ones. Filtering. This is when a person takes negative events and magnifies them. At the same time, they filter out the positive aspects of the situation. Polarized thinking. This is when a person sees situations in extremes. Things are either black or white with no middle ground between the two. Overgeneralization. This is where a single event is used to form a general conclusion. When something bad happens once, the person concludes that the bad thing will happen again in the future. When we become extremely angry, it's often because of a cognitive distortion. For example, your teenage son might be angry because he feels like his teacher hates him and is always picking on him. But this might not actually be the case. Your son might be experiencing the cognitive distortion of filtering. He might only be focusing on the recent negative interaction he's had with his teacher. But he might be disregarding the several positive interactions he's had with his teacher in the past. So when your teens are in a reasonably good mood, explain to them the concept of cognitive distortions. Help them to understand what cognitive distortions are and that everyone experiences them daily. This will help them to manage their anger by looking at various situations through another lens. Strategy number 4. Discuss family rules related to expressing anger. When the situation has passed and everyone is calm, schedule a discussion about how everyone in the family will express their anger. During the family discussion, decide on the boundaries your family will commit to. Come to a consensus that these rules will apply to everyone in the family, including you as a parent. For example, your family might decide that it's not acceptable to break things, use vulgarities, engage in name-calling, storm off in the middle of a conversation, slam the door, kick or throw furniture around. This is a good opportunity to talk about the difference between feeling angry and being aggressive. There's nothing wrong with feeling angry because all feelings are acceptable. However, not all behaviors are acceptable. Make sure everyone is on the same page with regard to the rules. You might find it helpful to write down the rules and put them somewhere visible, such as on the fridge door. If you're finding this video helpful so far, please click the like button. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss out on future videos about helping teens to thrive. Quick question. What's the biggest frustration you face with your angry teen? Leave a comment below and let me know. Now let's talk about strategy number 5. Model for your teens how to manage anger effectively. If your teenagers see you losing your temper frequently, it will be hard for them to learn how to handle their own anger. Family life sometimes involves moments of conflict and anger. But when you get angry with a family member, model for your teens how to resolve the conflict peacefully. Research shows that children who observe their parents having mild conflicts and resolving those conflicts display higher levels of emotional intelligence later on. This principle applies to your relationship with your teens too. If you've lost your temper at your teens, apologize to them and make amends. Strategy number 6. Do something together with your teens that they enjoy. This strategy might seem out of place in a video about how to handle an angry teen. So let me explain. When your teens display anger at home, you may feel a need to deal with the issue right away. But most of the time, this isn't the best approach. For a start, it's often a good idea to take the focus away from the anger issue altogether. Go and do something fun with your teenagers. Watch a movie, go for a hike, or visit an amusement park. These activities will allow you to build a connection with your teenagers. In turn, this will make it easier to understand the issues behind your teenager's anger. But if you keep trying to address the anger issue directly, you may end up backing your teenagers into a corner. They may start to feel that you view them as a problem that needs to be fixed, which will make the situation worse. So spend meaningful time with your teens and work on the relationship first. Strategy number 7. Don't focus on winning the argument. As a parent, you're used to being the authority figure in your home. In an argument with your teens, you may feel as if you have to win in order to maintain your position of authority. But you need to remember, if you focus on winning the argument, you may end up winning the battle but losing the war. If your teenagers always come away from arguments feeling like they've lost, they'll eventually talk to you less and less. They may start to resent you, which will fuel even more anger in them. Now you know how to handle your angry teen. If you also have trouble getting your teen to listen to you, check out this free quick action guide I've written entitled 10 Proven Ways to Get Your Teenager to Listen to You. Visit daniel-wong.com/guide to download the guide. Make sure to put all the letters in lowercase. I've also included the download link in the description. And if you haven't seen this other video about how to stop the constant arguing with your teen, you'll want to check it out. I'm sure you'll find it useful, so watch it next.